Hey PSJ family, I'm Melinda Garza. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Up to Date with PSJA. Our top story this week, the Texas Department of Agriculture has selected a PSJ T-STEM junior to serve as a health ambassador for the Ready Texas initiative, which aims to improve school health environments. Amy Escalante, who was one of only 26 students in the state, was selected in the inaugural class and will continue to work toward encouraging healthy eating and wellness within her school community. Congrats to Amy for this incredible distinction. Now to work out this next story. PSJ North Early College High School hosted the Powerlifting Tri-City Championship this week, where 4 of our high schools worked to pump as much iron as they could to get the big title. In the girls division, the PSJ Memorial Wolverines came out on top, followed by PSJ Southwest in second, PSJ North in third, and PSJ Bears in fourth place. In the boys division, the PSJ North Raiders earned the top spot, followed by PSJ Southwest Javelinas in second place, PSJ Memorial in third, and the PSJ Bears in fourth place. Congrats to all of our powerlifters. Just keep swimming. Not just a great quote and life motto, but what nearly 50 PSJ swimmers and divers plan to do as they move on to the next level of competition this weekend. Dozens of our swimmers and divers recently participated in their respective 32.5A or 31.6A competitions, and among the hundreds of swimmers from across the valley, a total of 48 students from our 4 high schools qualified for regionals this weekend. The students will now be swimming or diving in Brownsville or Corpus Christi and will work toward then advancing to state. Best of luck to all of our swimmers and divers this weekend. A little bit of international news, if you will. One of our librarians is currently working with other librarians from around the world by creating a traveling community mural. With the Traveling Mural Project, Dodan's elementary librarian Linda Martinez gets to connect with other school communities from around the world by creating murals with themes like diversity and love. Each school was asked to make a 10-foot mural with the theme of their choice and cut the mural in 10 sections and mailed the pieces to 9 different schools from around the world. Ms. Martinez has received pieces from places like California, Canada, and even Albania, and currently has a piece displayed outside her library. What a beautiful and unique way to connect the world through personal art. Thousands of car enthusiasts from across the country and even as far as Canada made their way to the McAllen Convention Center this past weekend for the 9th annual McAllen International Car Fest, where one of our second graders, you heard that right, was among the winners. McKeever Elementary's Marissa Flores and her car may look small, but they both sure packed a punch as she walked away with the Best in Show in Best Mini Car Non-Engine category. Marissa was not only the youngest competing in her category, but the youngest competitor who won a Best in Show award. She will be competing again in April at the WBCA Pipes and Stripes Car Show in Laredo. Way to put the pedal to the metal, Marissa. Best of luck in April. Well, that does it for this newscast. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And remember, if you want to be mentioned on this newscast, tag me on Twitter to let me know. For stories and news from across our district, be sure to follow PSJISD on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can find me and my PSJ travels on Snapchat at PSJISD and on Twitter at PSJ_SnapGirl for fun stories and behind-the-scenes looks before we get our stories to you. And you are now up to date with PSJA. Until next week, PSJ family.